Honorable Advisor to the Presidency of the Republic, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Honorable State Advisors and Ministers, Honorable members of the National Assembly and the Council of States, all the previous governors present, Shabab, to their intellectuals, Salatin, Mirabun, Uwekayo, Kibantan, Rajamot, Monyanga. I just want to begin by thanking all of you for responding to our invitation. I know during the heat, most of you are supposed to be outside there celebrating with their friends and their loved ones. But because you have a will at heart, you took the to teach you hand. Now, our gathering here is to discuss some issues. There are about 3 main items. And I want to go straight to the first item, and that is the upcoming Awil Community Conference. And then we sat at the level of the state, and I also came, I think last year, and had a meeting with our national members of parliament. And that is where the idea of a Will Community Conference was conceived. Now, our state government and other stakeholders in the state, we have identified some of the key issues and then to be addressed as a community. I hope the Secretariat have distributed copies of the document I'm referring to. That coordinated. Because I remember I told you to produce about not less than 150 copies so that they are distributed to the participants here. Among those issues, the Chuka team, one of them, let me just pick one of them, that is the unity. Our unity. We all know there is no question about our unity. We are a united community. But as we speak, our unity is at stake. And the question now is, who is putting our unity at stake and why? This is one of the issues that we need to discuss. And let me just give you some few examples. Including myself, the chief of road, many our community leaders, with our leaders, but who quite a bit to it. And you could take the school. even some of these leaders, find out why, you know. Now, the thing that I'm why? We need to sit as a community. There are many other items under this. That is one item. The other one is the name of our community. Previously, this community was known as Awil community. Like in Garibla, Jai Sultan, bigger federation of Awil community in Equatoria. Now, what does this imply? It tells us that this community, our jurisdiction of the community is confined to Equatoria. Manatu, we need another leadership back home. When we say Awil community in Equatoria, think Wawil and Mapi Equatorial guide and kuna to leadership of the community. And if we are to have two community leaders, then, in my view, that is going to be the beginning of our fragmentation as a community. Ashankeda, we need to put our heads together so that we revert naturally community Bitana Saman. One community leadership that encompasses Al-Bukun umbrella, the other sectional leadership of the community. Guna Bordu, how do we elect our leaders, community leaders? We are proposing in Azol Maslan, whoever wants to assume Musulia of the community leader, we have to be going to the state. I shall be election because community leader we are allowed by Medina Wood, that is another proposal. You go and sell your program. Then you happen Medina Wood, when community who create, but we will keep we appointed to you, government do by that. But this thing of drawing delegates is not helping. That is in whether we go market. Now, we in the state, you all know, a dollar kulu, a traffic crisis, resources are very limited. Ulakin, o kahakuma, kin wilaya. We have tried using the mere resources at our disposal. One of them is the drainage system in our town. Now we have waterways. We are trying to mitigate effects the flooding. I think with displacement, this is one of the things that rehabilitation of roads connecting the state headquarters, the counties. Nanan quite handled by the local Bigashi within. Now, the Lawi East to our town, as you talk on the track, as you talk, we are now moving the Laroyo, the Awil West, the Lawin now, that is Mayanula. Can a two lawyer. To get to lawyer is provision of water, especially to our population. Al-Qaeda had to reach areas, and that's why in Chula, Udawang here, Panjal Penali Abdal. Nanin ko jaluela kan kening manazama chukol. Kenyui baloi akol. Achen manazama. Wala penny. We bought those boreholes. Our state government will look to throw away Pinita. Some of them, we are targeting government bill, the dry season that government, wow, people, why are we targeting government? People Arab. Number two, gum Arabic, adopt. Why don't get into Nazamu or architect will withdraw at the state? Nanande Kelan. If we say no, they are no for one who are busy. I love that. Which it means that it will be a danger, which is not. Who can get talk in government between happy? When I get to people to the Kabuki, you can't quite wait and do it. Now, for letting back. You let the New York, Kaboyo, go to the room, go be better, you go back now, you go to your. That is one of the strategies we are using. And get to the student support fund. Excuse me, and beginning, I think, in November, well, in last year, especially public universities, I pay 50 million South Sudanese pounds every month. There haven't been mismanagement, but I will sit with their leaders, find out the irregularities there, like Anthony Koitok, I think when I consider them. And we are going to do the same. In fact, with Wanbanya, I selected 3 groups. 1 is students. 2 are elders. 3 our generals. Look at them. Those were the 3 categories that are valuable. Students, I went and sat with Uncle Kwali, which I like. You know, you know, you get elders. But quite big bank account. You know, I hear they can communicate. Chẳng ai cứ sao cái những cái nhiều người là thao cái cuộc cái quý của bên bờ chi lôi em muốn nhìn mà đi ngay chút quý bia chạm mà cả tập tốt I'm still waiting của ba nhỏ là cao cái tiếng Anh một the same thing ở trong lôi bây giờ cái giờ là sản xuất nó work Chief of Defense. And I told him again, you told generals, but I can't hear you. Came with money. Nine days, I shall be an entity review. The Yatao is some room. And a general, Mamadin, Kitwan, the chair come in and come back and call you. Go with you to buy a little and do some money. According to you know, Lada Mafia of Santino can't be judged. Lada said, I think something I. Okay, after Kaluka, and then we have managed with the help of our people to maintain security in the state. Security has been very stable and it is relatively calm now. While efforts are common, we allow more than in. And in that, political stability. Because dealing with opposition, there are many other ways of neutralizing opposition. When you have the chỉ làm jam lên cái mai mà riêng gọi là cái lô cái đó, có chịu quen là đó cả cái trời. That does not make me a chair an SPLM. Being SPLM, a chair của Baba opposition, but chính đó là chính cái chuyện bị opposition. Because opposition I am either the ruling party. That year, we were the first state to respond to cholera outbreak, and we did this last year, November, if I'm not wrong. Our government will share disbursing 100 million pounds to contain cholera, and we did not stop there. We have continued to support the task force under the Ministry of Health. Shankida the food items. We have centers that cholera. We have a good sound. She get down back in the We are also working on reforms, especially in the education sector. Agriculture. I don't want to dwell much on Kedankan because we will discuss them. You will see them when they bring up the document. Now, Ugandan challenges. One of the major challenges is the war, the ongoing war in Sudan. We all know that we used to get most of our things, especially food commodities, building materials, medicines and medical equipment, and other things from the Sudan. ولكن حصل في interruption because of the war there. That is one major challenge. The other one is the absence of adequate liquidity in our commercial banks. Physical cash. And I've discussed this with the Vice President, Economic Cluster, when I came last week. It's difficult now for the state government to pay wages to its workforce. Why? Cash market. And that's because the percentages. If you want to withdraw your money, you have to pay 40%. And this has affected most of our civil servants. I'm happy this is being addressed by the concerned institutions in the country. Anendeka asar kan nakira niya, and this again goes back to what I've just said. The killing commodities kaban del Sudan. Now we have another problem of the returnees. You all know that we now, so far we have received over 500,000 returnees. Kukaika, most of them were completely detached from their relatives back home because they were there. Some were there for almost 50, 70 years. So it is not easy for them to quickly melt into the community. So this has become a burden to the state government. Not only the government, Kinke Kwayovada to the Kwajibenda. And this has also increased some petty crimes by 2, because these people came, and now they are engaged in things like cattle theft, which has increased along our border with the Sudan. With another petty crimes in Medina, but we are handling that. This includes also increase in the number of street children, which is again another major challenge. In terms of security, I think we are also doing very well. I've talked of security stability earlier. There are things we have done, including digging of trenches. You will be shown later on by the media people. Of course, there were some few negative forces along the border, but we have addressed that, and I don't think I need to explain this. Then, those are the few things I wanted to share with you. Uken Muhim is Mu'tamar Awil. because there are many issues that we need to address in that conference. That will provide also a platform. Then parallel grievances. Then maintain the governor, the Ober, the man you keep the other mind, but and King Uncle the man can find telephone. I think that the third reality. Chiran letter. Rana Jilla, bad like no, Bobari, Bankuya, you bang the king into the Pundegi. Randa Kincho will improve. They Vapol, they are limited easily in like a land by wearing the Kaya. What telephone where I find the Moja? Telephone man, who find up in Koi Baki, I'll keep jam dog at that you. I'll let you go by Chian Jolapong long the top south. But the Bundano point Valera and Liu and you can get the getting cookie and then a quick. In the ever Jordan. Kuna India, when you bury a Jama. Young for the candy. The one. Ake point, you move the agent, they buy a job, telephone. That is not, you cannot gauge performance of your leader. Telephone. I will tell you the job I telephone, then I'm quite but you go telephone. Bad after life and go to telephone. You know, good, we are little bear and no buy. Then Giena, Bear Kim Giena, then Puto, clean drinking water. After the like he said, I get under the Ponderor, vegetarian and vegetarian. I enjoy the more than when I wake up. Then I shan't tell you to do what though. Wakalan, Waijam, Oka, Oben Caucus. Honorable Jacob Dow, because this meeting has also coincided with Ahmad Dendele Chick Plan, Ken Bolanyar, Palubi. The NH can look at a Guadalama, can command, can Palubi. The king about dialogue loyalty, they are not a cream or Thanksgiving. Kinabon. Naivarais. The region below came a dingabin. I say one county, well, one section. That was my argument. When I took him to give money, because the children back to talk when you're loy, to buy a children, to buy a bench sugar. When I just wear, which Paliopin, Maral, Bim to know, which the big band and Louis Thanksgiving, then that one, will be changed. They keep the lower job county to. The job I look at you, you know, you end up in my team. In argument. And tell what you are going to do, you can get cognitive material, what I have, what material. And you have told me what could you do. They image again. Oben Jacob can go like the community can be Palatiani, and they are going to take an apart. You can give father on Pine Road, and there's a record. Palay thought the good cream with Parlamani can talk of that. จะแลกนี่จากการทุ่มมาจริงหมายถึงแบงก์ไปก็ได้โดยประการเวลาเขาเป็น transitional assembly คุณจะลาก community กันinterim body so เจอกูกำกับกูเฮ้ยไอ้เจ้าหน้าที่เรื่องกันนั่นจะพอที่จะกลับบ้านวันนี้เด็กปั๊บkilo loh, kan? Ada ukur sebenarnya pun program cata sikis, gue ngajar lagi, jangan